Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at a problem that's orbiting right above our heads. It's mostly invisible, but it poses a very, very real threat. We're talking about space debris.
Yeah, you heard that right. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But it's a huge and growing issue. For all our incredible achievements in space, we've also managed to create a massive, high-speed junkyard in Earth's orbit. And believe me, it's getting more crowded up there every single day.
So just how bad is it, really? Let's try to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of all this orbital pollution.
Now, we're not talking about a few lost astronaut gloves here. We're dealing with thousands of dead satellites and old rocket parts. But what's even crazier is that there are hundreds of thousands of smaller, untrackable fragments, and each one is zipping around the planet at almost 18,000 miles per hour. That's fast enough to literally shatter a brand new, functioning satellite on impact.
So why does this matter to you? Well, because that high-speed junkyard is threatening the invisible infrastructure that powers our entire world. The GPS that gets you where you're going, the weather forecasts that you check on your phone, the internet connecting us right now, all of it depends on a clear and safe orbit, an orbit that is now seriously at risk.
The risk here isn't just about a single satellite getting damaged. Oh no. There's a much bigger, much more catastrophic scenario that scientists have been worried about for decades. It's known as the Kessler syndrome.
Okay, the official definition sounds a bit academic, but the idea itself is terrifyingly simple. Way back in 1978, a NASA scientist named Donald J. Kessler, he theorized that there's a tipping point, a moment where the junk in orbit gets so dense that it kicks off a runaway chain reaction of collisions, where every crash just creates even more debris.
Think of it like cosmic dominoes. It all starts with one collision, right? Which then shatters a satellite into thousands of new projectiles. And then each one of those little pieces has the potential to slam into another satellite, creating more debris. This cascade could, and I mean this literally, wrap the Earth in a blanket of shrapnel, which would effectively end space travel and cripple our satellite networks for generations to come.
So, this brings us to a really crucial ethical question at the very heart of this problem. If this is a global issue, who on Earth is supposed to clean it all up?
A huge part of the problem is that there's a total vacuum of accountability. For decades, nations and companies launch satellites with no plan, absolutely zero plan for what happens when they die. There's no space janitor. There's no orbital garbage truck you can call. And this is the core moral issue we really need to confront. Does the responsibility fall on those who put the objects there in the first place? You know, it's a fundamental question of accountability for polluting a resource that we all share.
But look, it's not all doom and gloom. As awareness grows, so do the solutions. So let's look at one of the most promising new initiatives that's on the table right now.
In late 2023, the European Space Agency took a major step forward. They introduced something called the Zero Debris Charter, and this really marked a significant moment, a shift from just talking about the problem to organizing a real, concrete plan of action.
And the key word here is global. This is not just one agency's rulebook. The charter is an open invitation for every nation and every company to voluntarily commit to a cleaner orbit. It's really about building a community of responsible actors who are all on the same page.
And this isn't just some vague promise. The charter is focused on tangible technology. It pushes for three key things: making sure new satellites can be safely removed from orbit, developing ways to actually service and repair satellites while they're up there, and, this is the big one, designing technology to actively go out and capture the junk that's already floating around.
So, what does this all mean for us? Well, this is about protecting a resource that has become absolutely essential to humanity. Ultimately, this all brings us to a simple truth. Low Earth orbit doesn't belong to any one country. It's a lot like our oceans. It's a shared global commons, and protecting it means we have to extend our sense of environmental responsibility way beyond our own atmosphere.
And that leaves us with this final thought. The drive to explore and innovate, it's one of humanity's greatest strengths for sure. But as we continue our journey into space, the real test is going to be whether we can manage our own mess
and make sure that the path to the stars stays open for all the generations to come.